Celeb reads. Check out those high vibrational channels in the description box if you have not checked them out yet. Okay, this channel is only for people that want to elevate, so please make sure you check out those high vibrational channels in the description box, as well as my email is down there, and along with some other information. I am going to close slots for personal readings pretty soon, so please make sure that you email me and we can stay up to date on that. Everyone is doing really, really good. Happy holiday season. If you guys are staying safe. I'm trying to pick which deck I want to start with because there's a lot of tea going on. The streets are hollering, screaming. Okay, period. I'll use these. So crazy that a lot more outlets are starting to report on the fact that there was most likely a fight in between Winnie Harlow and Megan Thee Stallion at Mike Rubio's all-white party on the 4th of July. And it's so crazy because I remember there being a headline in July, August about Megan getting into some sort of fight or argument, but there wasn't really any information. I felt like it was definitely being covered up by Rock Nation. You know, they don't want their quote unquote golden child to look a particular way, but at the end of the day, that alcoholic spirit that Megan has on her, yeah, it runs her, and it's been running her for a really, really, really long time. And I wonder if maybe it'll be rehab for her, or maybe, you know, she might have to actually take a break from the industry. She might actually have to go sit down somewhere, might actually have to go get herself some real help. Okay, because if you're out here starting fights, falling out of clubs, getting angry, short-tempered with people, that is a really big problem. And we've already seen we've already seen that Megan's drinking could always take a drastic turn. That's why Tory Lanez is in jail. But I'm gonna touch my nose on this one because I'm feeling really nosy. This community card keeps coming out. I feel like it was just more than Megan and Winnie involved. Whoever Winnie was there at the party with and whoever Megan was there at the party with, they all kind of got into it. But definitely it's like, it's that energy of like, I'm a badder bitch than you. No, I'm a badder bitch than you. No, I'm a badder bitch than you. Very childish. And this community card is like, this is a group of people who frequent the same spots and spaces all the time. And I feel like in between Megan and Winnie Harlow, there's always kind of been some like weird energy. Like, who does that bitch think she is? Well, who does that bitch think she is? It's a very like middle school. Yeah, I'm getting like middle school kind of vibe here. Like really, really immature, really, really petty. But these two have been talking shit about each other for a little minute. And I feel like, you know how when you're in, let's say a club, and the club is a decent size, you know how there's like two sides to a club? It's like one group is on one side of the club and one group is on the other side of the club, but they keep giving each other stank faces and evil eyes. and there's like whispers and stuff like that. That's exactly why this popped off. And this isn't, like I said, this is not the first time these two have felt like negatively about each other. There's been something that's happened before with these two. Somebody left the party after that. Definitely. After that fight broke out, I feel like it was kind of closer to later in the night. Like this might have been around like, I'm getting like AM. I feel like Megan was told to leave, but Winnie left instead. Because I'm getting the energy of like, I make money off of my face. You know, Winnie is a real model. So as Winnie is like, I make money off my face, I make money off my body. I can't get into physical altercations. I can't let that happen. But with the journey card, I do feel like a lot of people feel like Megan's journey in the industry is almost over, because she has way bigger issues than she lets on, as well as lies and a lot of cover-ups on Megan's end and from Megan's teams and quote unquote friends. Like what I'm getting about Megan is that Megan doesn't really have any friends, because she's kept up this negative energy for so long, and these lies and being fake and overly drinking, being even like a bully to some people around her. Like it's almost like Megan is the industry's bully behind the scenes, and that's what Rock Nation is trying to keep from coming out. But no, the truth is gonna come out, especially with this journey card. Like Spirit is saying, like, Megan, your time is almost up, girl. Because there's a lot of stuff that she's done behind the scenes. There's a lot of people that Megan has pissed off. Do you guys remember? Like, I remember in 2021 when I still had Instagram, the beginning of 2021, and there was some sort of soiree that was happening. And this is back when the City Girls were still the City Girls. And it looked like Megan and JT almost got into a physical altercation. This is back when EJ, who was there on the night where Megan, Tori, and Kelsey were at Kylie's house, EJ actually had to go to court for that and testify and sit on the stand. It looked like Megan was about to get into a fight with JT right there. It's like she lacks a lot of self-control and class. That's what's coming out in this community card. Like there's a lot of people talking about how she's not classy behind the scenes. She doesn't know how to conduct herself. She's too goofy. Yeah, something about her just not being serious enough to stay in this industry. But that's why Jay-Z put a target on Megan, right? Jay-Z put a target on Megan because he could already tell she was goofy as hell. He could already tell that her discernment is not sharp, that Megan is not an empress yet. You guys understand where my tarot readers at, okay? You understand Megan is not an empress yet. She's not in her abilities yet. So that makes her very vulnerable to certain communities of people that can make shit shine. You know what I'm saying? And that is what Megan's biggest issue is right now. The truth about the situation will come out, though, with the Sun card and with action. The full truth will come out because something definitely happened, and a lot more outlets are starting to report this. And it's crazy because we're sitting here knocking on the door of Thanksgiving And this was on July 4th. Like, they've really been trying to keep this covered up, but you can't cover up when somebody always takes the wrong actions. Yeah, Winnie was like, oh, fuck no, I'm getting up out of here. Like, this ghetto bitch, like, yeah, like, that's how they speak about Megan in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ghetto bitch, like, she don't know how to act, like, I can't wait for this bitch career to be. There are whispers in the industry of Megan's career just being over soon. She already got caught lying about Tory. There's so much more stuff that's about to happen with this girl, especially within the next, like, 3-4 years. It's going to be a lot of stuff crumbling around Megan. Yeah, I really feel like Rock Nation, whatever the strategy is right here, they're really trying their best to keep this strategy up when it comes to Megan, but people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. And Megan's been throwing boulders, and that's a real big problem. Well, next. All right. Icy Spicy. You know what's so crazy? Ice Spice is such an interesting case to me because I've been picking up on her energy psychically for at least 2 years, and I've been reading her for maybe at least like a year. And the one thing about Ice Spice, you guys, is that she puts off a tough girl persona, but she's actually a very emotional Capricorn. Okay, I wonder what Ice Spice's birth chart looks like, what her moon sign is. She might have like a water moon or an air moon or something like that, because beneath all of the facade and all of the tough girl bars and all that stuff that Ice Spice tries to give us, she's actually super emotional. And it's to the point where it can affect her in very intense ways if she doesn't check herself. And I think specifically with Fame, it's gotten a whole lot worse, okay? And if you've been really fucking with my channel for a minute, before these girls came out and quote unquote exposed Ice Spice, I was talking for at least a good 9-10 months about some people that Ice Spice shouldn't be around. And when that news broke, I was just like, damn, Ice, like, you should have been, you know, weeding out the people around you. When you start to get famous, notoriety, business success, education, better mental health, better physical health, whatever it is in your life that you want to move towards, right? When you start actually getting the sweet fruit of your hard work, you're supposed to literally comb through everybody that you have around you, so you make sure that your high isn't destroyed by someone else's lows. And yes, I do feel like maybe Ice Spice has a little bit of bitchiness in her, but I also feel like it's a determination. And I feel like that's what happened in the situation with Stormy Baby and what's the other girl, Cleopatra. That's why those situations went the way they went, because let's not sit here and lie. Both Stormy Baby and Cleopatra both did music, okay? And if people can bring you down to their level where they are, that's exactly what is going to happen. Ice Spice is a victim of trying to keep a lot of old friends around her. She wanted some sense of familiarity, and there's nothing wrong with that until you realize those people, they don't want you to be as high as you are. And I really do think that Ice Spice is a victim of having bad friends. And this picture that I put on the thumbnail, it's not something you can find on Google. Like, I went through Google for almost like 15-20 minutes. I was only able to find it because Milagro Graham showed the video in her video, so I was only able to take a screenshot and then crop it. You guys, look at that picture I put in the thumbnail of Ice Spice. I wish that I can pull it up, but you guys, look at her arms. Her rib cage is like protruding out of her stomach. You can see the outline of her legs through her skirt. They look like sticks. And then she has black hair. I mean, it washes her. Her skin is so pale, and then y'all give her black hair. Whoever's on her team, her stylist, whoever, you an asshole for that, and you know it. Cause that girl looks like Casper the damn ghost. She already looked like Casper with the orange hair. So with the black hair, she looks fucking crazy. Literally. And I also feel a lot of team sabotage from Ice Spice's people, but that'll be for another reading. Let me fix this deck. But yeah, when I saw that video of Ice Spice, I paused and I zoomed in because I was like, oh my gosh, this girl looks sick. This girl does not look like she's okay. She looked frail. It looked like the clothes she had on were like dripping some dye. She should die. What do you mean the girl should die? How do you get to go online and say anyone should die? You know, a lot of keyboard warriors love to hide behind that screen. And I really do think that Ice Spice is the victim of a lot of psychic attacks. If Ice Spice was my client, I would tell her, you need to have at least a 3 to 7 day prayer and cleanse. Because what I'm getting, there's a disruption in Ice's aura. I'm seeing like black spots in her aura. So I'm getting it from both Stormy Baby and Cleotrapa that they both be dibbling and dabbling in like magic and voodoo and stuff. So we're definitely sending some very negative spiritual energy towards Ice Spice, and Ice Spice really needs to reevaluate where she puts her energy right now. I feel like really she needs to put her energy into feeling better, because I even feel like she has a hard time getting out of her bed. I'm getting a very like somber energy from her. I'm not gonna be in Ice's energy too long, because I'm not gonna lie when I say I feel bad for this girl. Okay, I can't help but feel bad, because a part of her really just wanted her old friends around. And a lot of stuff exaggerated, okay? These two girls were very jealous of Ice. They can call her a colorist, they can call her all these things, whatever that they want. Ice Spice really is not like that. Was some things misconstrued that could have probably hurt their feelings a little bit? Yes, but all they had to do was speak up. I feel like these two, they took their jealousy to the next level, and they said, okay, well, I'm gonna hurt you in your career. And that's exactly is what is happening. She is hurting. It's like right now, psychically being in her energy is like, I feel kind of bad for her. She's still determined, don't get me wrong, because I still feel like a fire around her. But there is so much psychic attack energy that she's being sent. It's really taking a toll on her. King of Wands. This is what's his name? Riot. I feel like Riot is trying to help her. You know what? I feel like Riot is not only trying to help Ice Spice, I feel like he's worried. He's trying to help her stay determined, because what I'm seeing with this King of Wands is if Riot doesn't help her stay determined and help fuel her fire, I feel like Ice almost wants to give up. Because she looks so frail, like you can just pick her up and break her. Like she's brittle, like an old woman. You know, Riot is a good boyfriend, because he really wants her to win. And I feel like with all the encouragement and all the good words and the kind gestures that he can do, I still feel like Ice has to go through a spiritual awakening. You know, Riot can help all he wants, and that's great to have that in a partner, but Ice has to go through a spiritual awakening. I feel like she's going through a really deep awakening. You know, when you go through a spiritual awakening, you have to go through the dark night of the soul. You have to realize the things you've done wrong. You have to realize the bad decisions. You got to realize you let the wrong people hang around you. You know, you have to see everything for what it is, truthfully. And going through the dark night of the soul is so hard. Some people lose weight. Some people gain weight. Some people go crazy. Some people feel amazing, right? Everyone's awakening, everyone's life is different. But with Ice, I wouldn't be shocked if she took like a 6-month hiatus. I honestly wouldn't be shocked, because it's coming out that a lot of people around her are just watching her lose all this weight, and they're actually worried, and they're actually trying to help her. I'm even hearing like therapy. Yeah, 4 swords with the 10 of swords behind it. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Like therapy. This girl needs help. She can only have but so much strength and so much willpower. But when that time comes and you actually sit down with yourself and you look in the mirror and you go, okay, maybe I might need to get some serious help. That's where Ice Spice is. This is physically and mentally and emotionally, because Ice Spice feels very, 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 if I could say very 100 more times, I would. She feels really betrayed, okay? You know, there were things that Stormy Baby and Cleopatra told her. You know what? That's what this is. Ice Spice is literally in her head. She's like, I have you guys' deepest secrets. You know what I'm saying? Those were her best friends. So you know all of their deepest secrets, but I'm not going to sit here and spill all your deepest secrets because you decided to spill mine. I feel like even though Ice Spice feels this low, she's still trying her best not to stoop as low as what those other 2 girls did. Because it was low. It was low. If you were really my friend and you were texting me something just because I wanted more attention, or I wanted more clout, or I wanted your spot, or whatever it is, I'm not going to sit up here and release those texts. No, that's a premeditated move. That was something that she was always going to do to Ice Spice, because she was always upset that she was receiving this like genuine success. So I wouldn't be shocked if like Ice Spice comes out in the next year and talks about maybe like mental health or physical health, or some kind of article or some kind of post on social, something, you know, because like I said, this girl can barely get out of bed, y'all. It's really, really, really affecting her. And I'm going to be honest, if Ice didn't have Riot by her side, this energy would completely take her over. Wow, Riot is coming out as a really, really good partner. Like a really good partner. I like that. You know, everyone deserves at least a decent friend or a decent partner. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. She is losing money, though. That's one thing that's really fucking her up. She can feel this decline, and it's like she's trying her best to handle it, but it hurts. That's the only way that I can explain it verbally through the cards. It hurts. She's hurting. Spirit helper. Next. All right, let me fix these cards and let's get into Chloe and Haile. I have spoken about this before on my channel, how I do feel like the only reason why Beyonce signed Chloe and Haile, honestly, was to be an energetic vampire. I've said this before and I'll say it again. And the way that Chloe and Haile, their career is going, I honestly still feel like these two are some of the most... people push a lot of jealousy onto these two. A lot of evil eye, a whole lot of negativity. And I feel like when Chloe and Halle first came into the industry, they should have vetted more with their parents. Because when you see Chloe and Halle, you don't see them around their parents. You know, you saw Halle and DDG's blogs always around his mama, his brothers, his sisters. You know, you don't really see Chloe and Halle like, oh, mom and dad, family time, da-da-da. You don't see that. And there is a big reason. A big reason behind that. And I believe 100%. Hold on. Woo, give me a second. If Chloe and Halle had listened to their mother and their father in the long run about the industry and about their success, I think that they will be way more successful than they are now. To the point where even I kind of feel like the DDG and the Halle relationship was a little bit of a setup, was a little bit of a sabotage on Halle's life. But I'm going to pull a couple of cards for these two. I remember a year and a half ago when I did a reading on Chloe. And the moment I started to channel Chloe, this huge black mass came and stood on the right side of my body. And I said, who are you? To the black mass. It was Beyonce. And she looked ravenous. And she was like, I don't want these two to make it. I'm the fucking queen. Just like that. That's really how a lot of people in the industry feel about Chloe and Halle. They're talented, they're beautiful, and at the end of the day, I mean, they have a long-staying ability. Nobody can take that away. You know, people can be jealous of you all day, all night, till next year, till the next decade. You know, there are energetic delays that people have put in front of Chloe and Halle, but I do feel that these two will have a breakthrough, and they might even have another album together. They might be thinking about that. Because honestly, these two, I feel like they work really good together. And they make their best music when they do work together. So I wouldn't be shocked if they came out with another joint album or song or whatever it is they want to do. Oh my Lord, I'm starting to get the itchy nose. These two, they get psychically attacked a lot as well, especially Chloe. Chloe has a lot of weird people that come on her social media pages and do all kind of weird mumbo jumbo. And it's so creepy because I did a paid client reading and they asked me about Tim's. And I was going through Tim's reading and I was probably about maybe 2 or 3 cards in. And literally it was the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Guess who that was, you guys? Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce come out in so many people's readings. It's not even a joke at this point. These two are really tyrants, you know, and they really have this dictatorship about who should be successful and who shouldn't be successful, right? And that's a part of the reason why they're going through what they're going through now, but also about what they are in the next year, 2 or 3 years are about to go through as well, because they've been playing this really fucked up game with a lot of people in the industry. A lot of people who are higher up, who are older, that have been in the industry for a long time, a lot of them create these labels so that they can have talent, but not really to push the talent. It's to more so feed off of the talent and like this vampiric energy. And it's actually very disturbing. Like when I first saw Beyonce in that black mask, it was very disturbing, but that's the way that she feels about new competition sometimes. You know, the only reason why, you know, she would do something like that is if she sees you as a threat. And don't get me wrong, like, Beyonce has made a lot of phone calls about a lot of people behind the scenes. Ten of Wands, yeah. A lot of people in the industry want to make their journey harder with this Ten of Wands. In fact, there's like somebody who likes watching them struggle. This is very sick, but it's coming out super fast and I can't ignore it. There is somebody that when Chloe and Halle, when they struggle, they actually enjoy watching them struggle. They laugh at it. They think it's very entertaining. Love watching them be stuck. Love watching them. This is, why am I hearing extreme spell work? I'm getting like blood and everything. This is so creepy, but it's coming out, so I can't ignore it. I feel like Chloe and Halle definitely need to they need to get their energy right. You know, they grew up in the church, they started in the church. And I really think they need to like spruce up their spirituality a little bit. The reason why they're not where they're supposed to be is essentially because of these blockages and delays that a lot of people put on them. Okay, this is not just one person. There's a very jealous man and a very jealous woman, and they really don't want to watch these two fortune, but they will. There's also a man that Chloe turned down. There's a lot of men coming out in this reading. There's a lot of men that Chloe has turned down sexually, and so then they'll start doing work on her. I wouldn't be shocked if one of these men was Jay-Z. That's another reason why Chloe and Halle are not as successful. They don't want to sleep their way to the top. They've definitely been offered. Okay, look, this is a lot of masculines coming out for women. These are two women we're talking about. Why the hell are there three men on my board? Because these men are jealous and they're nasty and they thrive off of getting sexual energy from women. It's like I keep getting that vampire energy, like suck the life out of you. It doesn't matter if it's through sex, through magic, it doesn't matter. Almost like I want to like suck your blood. It's very creepy. But I do feel like these two women, they got to start watching their backs just a little more sharper discernment, Chloe and Halle. Okay? Because I feel like they do have discernment, but I feel like if they sharpen it and they tune themselves up and they like actually tap in, I feel like, you know, these two will be incredible and they'll be unstoppable. But because they got mesmerized by easy fame and big names and big numbers, it was easy to slow them down. It was easy to delay them. It was easy. I feel like they might even talk about this, not now, but I feel like in the future, Chloe and Halle will talk about this because just energetically, these two are supposed to be in a way bigger place than they are right now. It's going to get better for them though, because they're hard workers and they're talented. So yeah, next. I'm done. There is no next. Entertainment purposes only. Really, 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 really appreciate the new subscribers and the likes. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you next time.